In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and winding rivers, lived a young boy named Raj. His world was small, but his dreams were vast, painted in vibrant hues only he could see. More than anything, Raj loved to paint. He spent hours each day sketching on scraps of paper, blending colors on old pieces of canvas, losing himself in the world of imagination and color. Yet, despite his passion, Raj's paintings lacked something: depth, emotion, skill. His lines were clumsy, his colors often confused. Villagers admired his dedication, but rarely his art. Still, Raj dreamed, not of money or fame, but of creating something beautiful, something that moved people. One day, Raj overheard a traveler mention a renowned artist, Mr. Patel, who lived in a nearby town. Mr. Patel's name was spoken with reverence. His works had graced galleries and touched souls. With trembling hands and a hopeful heart, Raj gathered his best pieces, tucked them under his arm, and made the journey to meet the man whose art he had only heard of in whispers. When Raj arrived at the studio, Mr. Patel welcomed him in. The room was quiet, the walls adorned with paintings that breathed emotion. Raj nervously laid out his own work. Mr. Patel studied the paintings silently. Minutes passed. Finally, he looked up and said, "Your work lacks technique. There's no life in these colors, no emotion in the strokes. But," he paused and smiled gently, "I see something else. I see devotion. That is rarer than talent. If you're truly willing to learn, I'll teach you, but it won't be easy." Raj's eyes lit up. "I'm ready," he said without hesitation. The apprentice. From that day, Raj became Mr. Patel's student. Each morning, he rose before the sun and swept the studio floors. He mixed paints, cleaned brushes, and spent hours copying old masterworks. His fingers blistered, his eyes burned, and still he painted. He failed, often. Galleries turned him away. Critics ignored him. His work was rejected again and again. Each no struck deep. Doubt crept in like a shadow. There were nights he stared at blank canvases, wondering if he was chasing an illusion. But Mr. Patel was always there with a quiet reminder. Success is a journey, not a destination. So Raj pressed on. He learned not only how to paint, but why to paint. He poured his heartbreak into brushstrokes, his joy into colors, his fear into shadow. Slowly, his art changed. It began to breathe. The breakthrough. Years passed. Raj's work began to evolve, not into perfection, but into truth. His paintings no longer mimicked others. They spoke with his voice. They told stories of struggle, resilience, and hope. And then one day, an invitation arrived. He had been selected to present at a prestigious art exhibition in the city. Raj could hardly believe it. At the gallery, under glowing lights, his paintings hung beside the work of artists he had once admired from afar. Crowds wandered by, then paused, then stared. One piece in particular, a portrait of a young boy painting alone under moonlight, moved people to tears. Critics praised him. Collectors lined up. The art sold. But Raj didn't feel pride. He felt peace, because he knew this wasn't the end. It was just another brushstroke in his journey. The legacy. News of his success spread quickly. Social media buzzed with his story. The village boy who refused to give up. Young dreamers reached out. Parents showed their children his work, saying, "Look what's possible if you don't stop trying." Raj returned to his village 1 year later. He opened a small art school in the very place he had once sat painting alone. And above the door, he placed a sign with the words Mr. Patel had once told him: "Success is a journey, not a destination." The moral: failure is not the end. It is a step, a necessary one, on the path to success. Raj's story reminds us that talent can open a door, but only perseverance keeps it open. He didn't become a great artist overnight. He struggled, he failed, but he learned, he grew, and most importantly, he never stopped painting.